Out here, we are reading
Hand of a lady, and we try to see different aspects of a palm. The most prominent aspect that stands out in the palm is the structure of the hand. The structure of the hand basically comprises the bone structure inside as well as the skin padding over the palm as well as fingers. So better the structure of the hand, the better hold is over people, money, and resources. See, whatever the person earns or what the person gets from their families, if the structure of the hand is good, automatically they would exert much better control over all these things, over people, money, and resources. The structure of the hand is of more importance compared to the lines one person has. So if the structure is good, automatically uh, it would correspond to that the person, even with lesser amount of money, still they would exert much more much more control over money, and even if they have less people to do a particular work, still they would be able to get the work done easily. uh, and the richness in the palm basically comes if there's padding over the palm. Richness basically means if the richness in content, we are looking at richness in content, and if a person is rich in content, automatically the person is likely to come out of problem very easily, as well as he has got lots of knowledge in a particular subject. So if the amount of Venus is prominent, it automatically indicates that the person has got a good amount of energy levels, vitality, stamina. So we are finding that the amount of Venus is very prominent. Venus is the area of love, affection, beauty, art, music, grace, and energy levels, vitality, and stamina. So uh, normally what we see is if a person has got crisscrossing lines or a grill like formation, that would basically indicate these kind of lines, too many lines over it. It basically would indicate that the person is wasting his energies. But in this case, there's no such line out here. There are few lines out here, but these are not very strong kind of lines. And these strong lines, if there were strong lines and going and striking the lifeline, this is the lifeline, it would mean problems coming to this particular person. But as these lines are quite weak, these are lines of oppositions. They are not even going and touching the lifeline or the money line or the headline or the heart line. So it would mean that the person uh, would be able to manage whatever troubles or oppositions the person is getting in his life. There wouldn't be any problem so big that the person would not be able to manage. So this is a very very significant thing in the palm, and whenever we see this kind of indication, when the Venus is good and the Mars is good, this is Mars negative and this is Mars positive, and this is planes of Mars. All these three area of Mars is important because this area of Mars basically indicates the aggression, uh, the fire within us, and it indicates are we getting angry over small issues, or are we getting like some people get upset very easily. Some people get upset very easily and over issues where they shouldn't get angry. So those are indicated if this area of Mars is depressed and has got many lines over it, and the person would get afraid very easily. But out here we see very few lines, so these people are quite bold, and these people, if they are subjected to difficult circumstances, they would come out of it with greater strength. This indication is excellent. Uh, uh, it is when it concerns money or profession or family life or any part of life, we do take into our account this area. This is the area of Mars, If this is good, automatically the person would gain in properties. Property gains is going to be there in this particular person's life. The person is going to be a fighter. The person will be a fighter in the job he's doing, and fighting against whatever odds are against us is stacked up against this particular person, yet they would come out as winners. So having a Mars negative uh, uh, in prominently placed in a positive way would surely make a person successful financially as well. So so this area is extremely important in any person's life. The other aspect to see regarding career and how good we are going to be with money is to see the heart line. See, the heart line is starting under the mount of Saturn. This is the mount, this is the area of Saturn, and this is the heart line. So heart line is starting under the mount of Saturn. Saturn is the mount for wisdom, for money matters, for materialism. So such a person is going to be materialistic. The person would value money. The person is also likely to be very responsible kind. The person is likely to be a good money manager. They manage money very well, and these people basically are like whatever work they take up, they're very responsible and they manage money extremely well. The heart line is also seen for how good or how focused we are. The heart line, whenever deep and clear, as we find in this particular hand, it is deep and clear without being broad or without being some people have got these chain kind of lines, so it is not here. Out here we are just seeing a deep and clear line. This is indicating of how focused we are. There shouldn't be too many branches over it. Too many branches over it makes a person flirtatious, but in this case the person would be quite focused. These few lines are there which are lines of attachment. These might give stress, but again these lines are quite small. So the effects on this particular person is going to be quite limited. And the heart line that starts under the mount of Saturn makes a person more physical, wanting more physical love, as well as more they go more by outer appearances. And at the same time, when the Venus is developed, Venus is the area of desires. This is the area of desires, and be it sexual desires or be it just desire to create more wealth around themselves, or the desire to make more money or be more in a comfortable position, or have luxuries in their life, or have good food or good clothes or good environment around themselves. These people basically are able to create all these things around themselves. So it's a beautiful sign to have a good mount of Venus with a good padding over it, good skin padding, and the heart line starting under the mount of Saturn. Both these areas basically makes a person successful, because the first ingredient for success is to have desires. The other is to be able to manage your money well. So both these things in a combination gives result. I just like to show you another palm. This is the palm of a very famous billionaire. If you see that, if we look at his palm, the heart line is starting under the second finger, just like the lady's palm, and the mount of Venus is prominent. Venus basically is the area for desires. So the person is never getting tired. The person is full of energies and vitality and stamina and good health. So all these things come if the Venus is good. So we go back to the palm and see what else the palm is showing. The other aspect to see on the palm is the career line. This is basically the sun line, and any line which is going straight towards the third finger is the sun line. And whenever it is prominent line basically means that the person is basically not doubting his work and is kind of very straightforward, and he knows what he's doing. And whenever the sun line is weak and wavy kind, those lines are not considered to be good, or broken kind of lines is not basically good, or dim lines is also not good. Basically those lines make a person they would keep on doubting their work, and they would not be able to pinpoint to one singular work, and that's the reason they do not succeed. Out here we see few smaller lines as well as this long line. Smaller lines is just distractions. It doesn't necessarily mean that they would venture out and do different work, but this strong line means, and specifically after this area or just on the mount, is show short sign of success. Some people even have longer line of sun. One doesn't need not have a longer line of sun. Even a line, just a small line, would make a person successful for sure, and they would get name and fame in whatever they do, whatever venture they take up. These lines under the fourth finger are indication of a person having skills. A person who is skilled, automatically the chances of their success basically increase. Each line basically indicates one set of skill. So there are 2 or 3 lines, so there could be a 2 or 3 set of skills. Some people, books basically tell that if there are perpendicular lines over it, they are likely to be good doctors or good healers. But in my opinion, each line basically indicates a set of skill. A person can use their skill either in their field of communication, technical skills, IT skills, business skill, maybe engineering or medical line. So all those areas are basically good for this particular hand. Apart from that, we also look at how good the balanced nature the person has. If the heart line and the head line are evenly evenly spaced, there's even space, as well as they are of nearly equal length, it's kind of a balanced kind of a nature. It's not either too headstrong. If the headline was too strong, it would mean too headstrong, or if the heart line was too long, it would be extreme sensitivity. So both these things are not there. We do see that the heart line is curved at the initial start. This makes a person temperamental. The person loves to display their emotions, and they just can't keep their emotions in check. So this aspect could be there. It doesn't mean that they're more sensitive. It's just that they're more expressive with their emotions. And the heart line that is not broad would mean that the person doesn't get stressed up. They easily manage their stress. So again, a good indication. There's another good indication to see is that a triangle is getting formed out here. It's getting formed with a combination of 3 lines. This is the line of Mercury. This is the line of money, and this is the line of head. So combination of money, thought process, and the technical area expertise, and that too basically angling towards the money area, the fame area, and the technical area. All these things basically, and the energies or the current is basically coming from the fingertips and entering the palm. So it's getting trapped between this area. So it means that the person would be able to accumulate good amount of wealth in his life. Again, this is a good indication as far as the money line goes. Money line is quite strong and clear. I just tell you, this is the money line. Money line is quite distinct and clear, and only this area I'm not able to see very clearly, so I would request the lady to send me the image again. But this area, when the headline, the money line comes and touches the headline, the age is basically 35. This juncture, when the money line touches the heart line, is basically 53. So this juncture is 35, this juncture is 53, and whenever the money line is good, it automatically converts into good married life. And the Venus area is the area of love, beauty, and the area of good married life. So one needs to be a good lover in order to have a good married life. So this area is developed, so chances are there could be good marriage. But at the same time, there's also one more thing we have to take into account. Whenever the mount is extremely developed, it's quite developed, it might indicate some flaws. So probably this person might have everything going good regarding their family life, but probably one aspect of their life is missing. And that can also be seen if we look at the finger of Mercury. Just the image, if we look at this particular image, we find that this is the finger of Mercury, and if it is short, by short, we basically mean that these are the three phalanges of three phalanges of the ring finger. And if the Mercury finger, this finger doesn't touch this particular line, it is considered to be short. If it's marked, it's short in a marked way, it would mean that the person might lack in the communication part. Probably they are good at communicating at their work and everything, but when it comes to their personal communication, there could be some problems in that, and that's the reason some problems might crop up. If we look at the palm, we find that the first finger is comparatively longer than the third finger. It means that the person could be bossy and wherever they go, they bring growth. Probably when they might have got married, might have brought growth to the husband's family or husband's career, or when they were born, probably they might have brought growth in father's life, father's work. So in this way they are lucky. And if left hand is not the hand to refer to, left hand is just seen for reference sake. And women's, normally it is said that we should see the left hand of the woman and right hand of the male, but I use it just for reference sake. And I believe that a woman who is working, we should see the right hand and not the left hand. On this palm, we find that the headline is not so clear till the point. This is the money line crossing. This age is 35. This age is 35. So during this particular period, if you see, the headline is not so clear. It indicates that probably mental worries is going to be there, and the timing could be somewhere between 31, 32 approximately. But after this period between 34 to 35 or beyond that, it is reasonably good. So we should say that problems could be there, but they would be sorted out, and the person need not worry. Such a hand has got the capacity to basically come out of trouble. However the trouble might be, left hand shows the headline curving downwards towards the mount of moon. It is not so deep, but it is kind of just angling towards the mount of moon. This thing makes a person imaginative person, a romantic person, and a very good visualizer. So this aspect is developed in this particular hand, and the mount of the mount of Jupiter is also has got good surface area, large surface area, and the mount is developed. So all the qualities like administrative and all is going to be there. So again, a good indication. And I'm not able to make out really that is the Mercury finger really long, or is it touching this particular line. So I would request the lady to send me the image again. That's it for this particular reading. If you like the video, click on the like button and do subscribe. Thanks again for watching. Bye bye.